Hey, what's up, mortals? It's me, Robert Ramirez, aka Rarzrevenge here, and before we get into today's video, there's a few things I'd like to say. Firstly, I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time. So if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if this video hits 300 likes by the end of the week, then we'll continue this what if. Thirdly, if you didn't know, only 41.3% of you guys are actually subscribed to us, so please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Also, this video is sponsored by Calmax Customs, a brand new clothing line made for the wearer. Calmax Customs puts the custom first, offering a variety of clothing options ranging from the casual to business casual. If you're looking for comfortable, easy-fitting clothing at low prices, check out Calmax Customs today. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the story. We continue back to the USJ as Shigaraki is standing over a broken and beaten Eraserhead, introducing himself and his anti-symbol of peace, Nomu, when he asks a surprising question.
So tell me, which one of those brats is All Might's son?
Confused, Aizawa looks up at Shigaraki with blurred vision answering,
I don't know what you're talking about.
All Might doesn't have a kid.
Hell, I don't even think he's been married once in his entire life.
Tomura scowls at Aizawa, snapping his fingers to signal Nomu to start breaking the pro once more by smashing a few bones in Eraserhead's left arm to dust. As Shigaraki retorts,
I said that if you didn't tell me what I wanted to know, then I would kill your students until I found what I'm looking for. But since I have some respect for you, I'll ask you one more time. Tell me who All Might's son is!
Aizawa replies that he has no idea what the villain is talking about, honestly telling the truth, but Tomura believes it's all lies, and before he orders Nomu to deal some more pain, he states,
Either you think that I'm an idiot, or you're one, but it doesn't matter. I told my coons that they could hurt your students as much as they like, provided that they at least bring them all to me barely alive. So I'll get my answers either way, from them or you, once I kill a few myself. But in the meantime, I'm happy to watch my pet break you a little more.
Shigaraki then gives the order for Nomu to continue, which it mindlessly does, narrowly tearing Aizawa apart. Izuku, alongside with Sui and Mineta, watch as the monster continues to destroy their teacher, not even able to think about the question that the villain kept asking. After a few short seconds, Izuku snaps out of his shock, quickly telling his two comrades to be ready to grab Eraserhead, when there's an opening before running straight off towards Shigaraki, pushing himself to 15% throughout his whole body. Deku swiftly appears next to Shigaraki, and before the villain can dodge, Izuku deals a powerful right hook, sending his foe flying. When he turns and punches Nomu in its exposed brain, thinking that it's a weak spot, but the attack doesn't even faze the creature. This catches Deku off guard, and as he lands back on the ground, Shigaraki slowly gets to his feet. He points at Izuku, telling Nomu to fetch, which causes the creature to charge forward and backhand Deku into the ground, leaving a small crack where he hit. While this is happening, Mineta and Sui run up, managing to grab Mr. Aizawa without the large beast noticing. However, Shigaraki does see them running off with the pro, but decides that he has something potentially more important, letting them go as they rush up towards the staircase with their teacher. Izuku attempts to get up, but Nomu stomps on him, cracking the ground more and effectively trapping him beneath what felt like a tank. Midoriya tries to get himself free with every ounce of strength he has, punching the ground along with Nomu's foot, but gets nowhere, and is unable to do anything as Shigaraki walks over to him, with a slight grin on his face as he kneels down and says,
Not bad. You're pretty fast and strong, kid. I have a suspicion you heard what I said too, and yet, knowing what you knew, you still jumped in to try to save someone else, regardless of what happened to yourself. Maybe you're the one I'm looking for, because I already hate you just as much as I hate All Might.
Meanwhile, with the students at the gate as Sui and Mineta get to the top of the stairs, They, along with everyone else, witness the warp villain turn black hole against 13, severely injuring her, causing everyone to freeze with terrified expressions on their faces. But Iida refuses to stand there and do nothing, so he activates his quirk, using it to speed past the villain. As Iida approaches the exit, Mist appears in front of him, all while the warping villain gives chase, but with everyone's help, he's able to make it past the warp gate and get to the door, where he starts to pry it open. The villain attempts to stop Iida once more, but Uraraka manages to touch the piece of his armor, making him float, while Sui uses her tongue to throw him further away from the exit, allowing the class rep to escape the USJ. Not resting for even a second, he uses Recipro Burst to get to UA as fast as possible. Once the warp villain sees the student escape, he goes back to Shigaraki, telling him about the issue, irritating Tomura profusely as he begins to scratch his neck frantically while growling.
Kogori, if I didn't need you to get us and our prize out of here, I'll turn you into dust this very second.
After a few more seconds, Shigaraki progressively calms down and smirks as he looks at Izuku.
Well, at least we do have a prize, so this isn't too bad. It will crush All Might when he finds out that we've taken his son. And if we kill a few of his students as well, then it would be even better.
Tomura then looks at the entrance and takes a few steps towards it when Deku yells out,
Stop! Don't even try it! I'm not sure why you think I'm the son of All Might, but regardless if I am or not, I won't let you hurt anyone else! Not while I'm here!
Shigaraki looks back and walks towards Izuku, saying,
Don't bother. My master told me that All Might passed his wretched quirk onto his own son, who is just as self-righteous as him. It's you, I know it is, because you somehow think you could do anything while at the mercy of my Nomu.
Tomura sits down in front of Izuku and continues with a condescending tone.
Seriously, kid, what do you think you could do while trapped like this?
Once Shigaraki says this, Izuku glares at him and instantly charges up 100% of his power into both of his ring fingers, pointing them at Nomu and flicks them, releasing the energy all at once, creating a massive air pressure wave that easily knocks away Shigaraki and lifts up Nomu long enough for Midoriya to roll out from the spot where he was trapped. After Izuku jumps up and uses 11% in his legs to gain some distance, readying himself for the fight, but Tomura just stands back up and looks at Deku with an exhausted look, saying,
And bingo. That just proved me right. All Might uses air pressure waves to his advantage, and while suppressing your power does make it seem like you have different quirks, it's clear as day when you use your full power that the two of you have the same quirk. So don't even try to lie to me now. Your dad is All Might.
Izuku stands there for a minute trying to think of what to do, but decides that he has to distract them for as long as possible until help arrives, and get some information while he was at it. So he calmly asks,
I still have no idea what you're talking about, but since I can't convince you, I want to know exactly what you want with me and why you're doing this other than kill All Might or make him suffer.
Shigaraki stands there for a couple of seconds, scratching his neck and pondering what to say when Kurogori answers instead. You'll find out soon enough what we've planned, young man, but for now, be patient. Kurogori turns to Shigaraki, telling him, Tomura, I understand your frustration, but we must leave now, so end this. We need only to bring him back alive. Once he hears this, Shigaraki gets a massive distorted grin on his face and gleefully says,
You're right, as long as he's alive, I can bring him back with no limbs at all if I wanted to. This will be fun.
Shigaraki then orders Nomu to hold Izuku down, which the beast does in an instant, hitting Deku back onto the ground as the twisted villain walks over. When Tomura steps up and puts a hand onto Izuku's left arm, getting ready to decay it, but before he can, a multitude of loud explosions start going off, with the sound getting closer with each one. When Shigaraki is suddenly knocked away by an immense explosion from Bakugo, who yells out,
Hey freak! The only one who gets to kill Deku is me! Got it?
As that happens, the Nomu looks up when it's immediately frozen solid by a wave of ice from Todoroki, who plainly states, Decent job, but this thing's a real threat. Mind blowing it to pieces while we'll have it frozen like this? Bakugo looks over at the Nomu with a smile, happy to oblige, and unleashes a powerful explosion that is enough to break the creature into multiple pieces. This allows Izuku to get back up with Kirishima helping him, while Kachan berates Deku for being weak, but everyone's attention goes to Shigaraki as he screams out at them for having the nerve to attack him, and Nomu, like that, saying that they'll pay. To which Todoroki replies, "I interrogated a few of your lackeys, and I know all about your plan. With the monster out of commission, you won't be able to kill All Might. And you won't be able to take us on without it. So, surrender or leave now. This is your one and only chance." The small group of students get ready to fight, but Tomura starts laughing and then points over at Nomu, stating,
You really think you've won? Oh, you ignorant brats. I have no idea how in over your heads you actually are. Bear witness to the power of the anti-symbol of peace.
While saying this, the group looks over in disbelief to see the creature regenerate its body with no issue. As Nomu rises, it stares down at them with an emotionless face, unnerving everyone, even Bakugo, but Shigaraki continues to brag about Nomu and how it has regeneration and shock absorption to show that they can't do anything. I'd like to say that we've got a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes over the hard facts of the anime presented. Now, in case you guys didn't know, we have a third channel called Anime Theory. Anime Theory mainly focuses on a large variety of mind-boggling anime theories. If you are interested in content like this, please go check out the description down below, or click the icon in the top right corner. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back into the story. Meanwhile, back outside, some distance away from the USJ, as a weak form, All Might is walking to the facility. A panicked Iida zooms right past him in a near blur without slowing down, but despite that, All Might recognizes his student and can tell that something must be wrong. So he buffs up and heads straight for the USJ, going at his speed. Back at the facility, as Todoroki, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Izuku stand against the psychotic Shigaraki, his and his cohort Kogori, and the monstrosity Nomu, their classmates up at the exit notice and watch in suspense, trying to decide if they should or can help, but Uraraka and Sui easily make the choice and start running down, at least to do what they can. However, before they reach the group, Tomura orders Nomu to break the green-haired one and kill the rest, which it immediately tries to do, first charging towards Kirishima, aiming to kill him, but Izuku was expecting this and uses 100% in his legs, breaking them in the process to get in front of his friend. Deku then throws a punch at Nomu's face, but his arm is grabbed before the attack can hit, and the beast effortlessly crushes Izuku's arm, then proceeds to start slamming him into the ground like a ragdoll. In reaction, Bakugo sets off an explosion while Kirishima hardens his arms and punches Nomu in the gut, but this only succeeds in turning its attention onto them, and in one moment, it attacks with a single side swipe, knocking them both out on the spot. Todoroki attempts to freeze Nomu again, but it jumps over him to avoid the ice attack, and as it lands, the creature uses Izuku to hit Todoroki into the ground, knocking him out as well. This leaves only Deku conscious, but barely. Nomu then looks towards the stairs where it sees Uraraka and Sui standing there, petrified, and begins to slowly walk over to them, with Izuku kicking and screaming to make it stop, but Nomu just grabs one of his legs, getting ready to pulverize it even more than it already is. When the doors to the USJ suddenly burst open as All Might jumps through them, temporarily halting the event, but once he sees Aizawa, 13, and a multiple of students injured, along with some monster holding a beaten Izuku, the symbol of peace doesn't hesitate. All Might leaps into action, and in a split second, he grabs the arm of Nomu, bending it and breaking them to force it to let go of his son. Once it does, All Might deals a devastating backhand to Nomu's head, knocking it away long enough for him to get Deku and the other injured students. As he brings them all over to Uraraka and Sue, All Might asks them both to look after the injured, which they agree to on the spot. And once he sets the 4 students on the ground, All Might is about to charge in when Izuku stops him, saying in a weak, dull voice,
I'm sorry, that thing was too strong. It has a regeneration quirk and shock absorption quirk. Please be careful, don't die.
All Might replies, trying to comfort his son.
Don't worry, I won't. You did great holding up until now, all of you did. But now leave the rest to me, because I'm here now to make this scum pay.
As All Might walks away, Uraraka and Sue hurry to carry everyone up the stairs using their quirks. Shigaraki looks at All Might menacingly, getting ready to gloat and antagonize him, but he's stopped by an immensely strong punch to the gut, being knocked out along with Kuogori in no time flat. Right after, though, Nomu instantly rushes forward at All Might, throwing wild punches with some hitting, but Toshinori starts countering the rapid attack, matching Nomu's speed and eventually outpacing it, landing more and more hits. All Might is furious that his son, along with so many other students and fellow pros, got hurt, and furious at himself for not being there to protect any of them, meaning he's not going to hold anything back or give this thing a chance to get back up. The fight continues with All Might getting faster and stronger, with each hit pushing himself further to where he easily starts knocking Nomu all over the place, keeping it from being able to fight back. As this goes on, Bakugo, Todoroki, and Kirishima all wake up to the sight of the greatest hero who ever lived, unleashing an unimaginable amount of power, astounding them and all the other students at the entrance with an unbelievable show of strength. All Might then delivers a crippling uppercut to Nomu, sending it flying into the air, with him jumping up after it to deal the final blow. Gathering all the energy he can, All Might focuses as much power as he can bear into a single fist, shouting,
United States of Smash!
And deals the punch, causing wind currents that blast the entire roof off the USJ and eradicate Nomu into nothing, with zero traces left of it. As All Might lands back on the ground, everyone is left breathless by the fight, but once a minute passes, all the students at the exit begin to cheer for the symbol of peace, but not all is well yet. Toshinori falls to his knees exhausted, having used up more power than he meant to, and progressively starts to fall out of his buff form in plain view of everyone standing at the exit, with him eventually turning back into his weak form, which shocks everyone, but none more so than Bakugo. Unfortunately, they aren't the only ones to see this. Shigaraki and Kuogori awaken to a shriveled up All Might. Initially surprising, but they soon realize what happened and decide to take a chance to move in for a kill. But they are fortunately stopped by Pro Hero Snipe, who shot at the two with a constant barrage of bullets, forcing them to retreat, but not before Shigaraki cursing All Might's name, promising to be back for him and his son. For now, everything will be okay thanks to the teachers Iida brought back with him. All the other villains are captured with no major resistance, and all the students are safely evacuated from the USJ, finally ending this terrifying event. Once the police and ambulance arrive, everyone with injuries are sent away, with the rest of the students are interviewed by the officer. 13, along with Eraserhead, are rushed to the hospital, where Aizawa is in a highly critical condition and is put into a medically induced coma for surgery, managing to pull through but will be asleep for a bit of time. Bakugo, Kirishima, and Todoroki are all sent back to UA. Due to their more minor injuries, they are easily healed by Recovery Girl and are sent to the office to meet up with the rest of their class, but Bakugo wanders off to get answers. As for All Might and Izuku, they are brought to UA as well. While Deku does have some bad injuries, it's nothing serious enough for him to need to go to the hospital and is sufficiently healed by Recovery Girl. When Midoriya wakes up, he sees a bandaged All Might and a frantic Inko right next to his bed, where his mother immediately hugs him crying, saying how scared she was, whilst All Might pats his son on the head, giving him a big smile. However, this just makes Izuku tear up as he apologized to his dad for failing to stop the villains himself, but Toshinori hugs his son and replies,
No, don't apologize, you're just a kid who's still learning, and yet you were able to save Aizawa from being killed and stalled those villains long enough for me to get there. If it weren't for you, who knows how many would have died. I'm so proud of you.
This makes Izuku immensely happy, and he starts crying a little because of it, which is when Inko and Toshinori look at each other and smile while hugging their son in loving embrace. Although this moment doesn't last very long, when Bakugo bursts through the doors in a rage, shouting at the top of his lungs,
Deku! You damn bastard! You have a little ton of explaining to do before I start destroying this whole school in the next 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3!
That's going to be it for us for today's video. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there's a few more things I'd like to go over before the video ends. On behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writers for this video, as well as the editors for this video. Their details will be in the description down below. If you're a voice actor, editor, or a writer, or you're interested in becoming one of those, go to the Discord that is in the description of this video and hit up the heads of those areas. We're always looking for more members to join us. So thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested and hit that like button if you like the video. Peace out, mortals, and have an amazing day!